Thank you very much. Now we move to our very high level dialogue. And for the next 15 minutes, please indulge me as we have a discussion on the theme, water security and safe sanitation, the foundations for human capital and climate resilient development in Africa. And to moderate this session, may I call on stage Dr. Ajaman Ochredako. He is the student's favorite. Please give it up for him as he mounts the stage. Thank you very much, Doc. So he would invite his panelists on the show.
Hello, everyone. All right. I'm so happy to see you all here. It's an honor to be leading this session, this high-level one. And, you know, it's 11:51. And it's not too late to say that you all are looking amazing. So wherever you are, please put your hands together for yourself, that you are looking African today. And I couldn't hide that. Yeah, if you are here and you're looking African, it's all right. All right, I see Africans over here. A very big thank you to you, Prof. Kehinde Ogujobi from IWMI, sir. Well done to be here. And also Prof. Aharoni from Delaware State University in the US. And also, let's do something very nice for our Ghanaian institutions. How many of us know where the water we use goes to? All the water we use at home, where does it go to? And have you thought about this? Who is responsible for refining all that water and making it reusable? Because I don't think there's somewhere that we're getting water all the time without reusing it. So somebody must be doing something to the water we use so that we can reuse without falling sick or dying. If you don't know, please put your hands together for yourself. Oh, do that. I'll tell you. Yeah, do that for me. You know why? Because this phenomenon is what we don't really think about. That the wastewater, the bath water, the soap, the chemicals, everything goes into where? The sea or wherever. And we have a national water sewage system that takes the water back from the sea or the rivers and then refines it. It goes through some rigorous stages so that we can also reuse the water for drinking and also for using for other domestic use. So it means that our water has some short life, as Prof. Ogujobi said, that there's a premonition. Today, Galamsey is 1 minute, fighting our way. Our water is looking its quality. And also, our waste, plastics and all that, are also encroaching upon our water. A time will come when our water bodies will be ammonium enriched, that we can't even use for drinking again. For that reason, this discussion is important, and I need you to be very attentive, pay attention, make some notes, and also contribute. My panelists are well versed. I mean, these are an amazing panelists right from academia to industry who are here to help us in appreciating this point. The topic is water security and safe sanitation, the foundations for human capital and climate resilient development in Africa. Joining me up here, both online and physical, I have Dr. Douglas Edu-Foku, Global Health Leader, Network Beijing, Wantai Biological and Pharmacy Company Limited. I think he's online. We also have Divine Adam Kwajude, Secretary General ASU. Please put your hands together for Divine. He's here. Divine, please join me up here. Thank you very much. I also have Kenneth Duncan, Center for Global Africa, Board of Consultants and Advisors. He is also online. Kenneth, if you're online, please give us a thumbs up. And in here is Engineer Dr. Ahmed Isahaku, General Manager, Sewage Systems Ghana Limited. If you're here, please put your hands together for Engineer Dr. Ahmed. Thank you. And finally is Professor Eugene Ochre Kwache, Associate Professor of Koforidua Technical University. If you're here, Prof, let's have you up here. All right, please put your hands together for Prof. Eugene Ochre Kwache. And I am Ajaman Ochredako. I will be your facilitator for the session. And let's kickstart our discussion. So, it's going to be a very wonderful one. Just grab your papers and pens and follow us. Join us in this. let me start by asking this round of questions. Dr. Eugene Ochre, let's start with this round of a question that will go around. Are you safe, or do you feel good about the future of water and sanitation in Ghana and Africa at large? I think every one of us up here will give a bite on that. And also our colleagues online as well. Are you safe about the future of our water and sanitation here in Ghana and Africa at large?
Thank you, Doc. I live in Koforo Udia, eastern region part of Ghana. So I travel a lot along the lines of the Galamsey area and all that. In fact, when you see your water and the other things we eat and drink at home, you realize that, oh, it looks clean. But then when you travel along the rivers, along the Brim and the Densu and Co., then you are scared. You know, ask yourself, what happens? How come that the water look clean in the tap? So scary. You understand? So you feel that, hey, that means a lot of chemicals, a lot of things are happening in there, and then it doesn't make you safe. Right. So I'll say with the Venice around and the other waters around, maybe I'm safe. But then deeper, I'm sure I'm not. Thank you.
Dr. Isayaku, let's hear from you as well. How do you feel about the state of our water and sanitation here in Ghana and Africa at large?
Thank you very much, Doc. I am pleased to be part of the program.
All right.
That is, if there are future, we will be there to see it. Because even today, nobody can guarantee the safety, not even to talk of tomorrow. So if I'm not safe today, I can't even speak of tomorrow. What's the point is that he mentioned where he lives, and it stretches along Ashanti region to other regions.
Yes.
I think most of us are residing in Accra. We may think Galamsey may not be here. This is just an example I'm citing. But professors, people from the university have reported that even Weja, the fishes and the water are recording Galamsey chemicals. Where did they come from?
Interesting.
Remember the eastern region, Densu, Birim, and other stretches, before they hit the sea, they enter Weja. So even today, I'm not safe. So the future, the answer is for all of us.
Oh, my.
Thank you.
Oh, my. Adam, tell us something.
Well, I think my answer would also be the same, except that, I mean, beyond being scared for the future of our water systems, I think I'm also, cautiously hopeful. And because beyond the degradation that is going on, what we are also seeing is that there is an increasing advocacy, by civil society organizations, by researchers, by academic institutions. And so we don't have a situation where only the pollution is going on, but we have researchers, academic institutions, CSOs, also drawing attention to the problem.
Yes.
And preferring solutions to those problems. And so, yes, I am worried, but I'm also cautiously optimistic that our policymakers would, see the urgency of the moment in which we are and heed to advice.
All right, absolutely. Joining us online is Dr. Edu Foko. Doc, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, so we're discussing our sentiment about the ordeal with water sanitation here in Ghana and Africa at large. What is your stance and how you feel about this menace?
All right, good evening to the audience and the entire team and partners. For me, I think there's a problem across Africa. And when you take a critical look at the data, it's something that it should bother everyone. You asked the previous questions if everybody feels safe. I might not be Ghana, but I don't feel safe, even virtually.
Download disconnected.
And I have my reasons. The first point has to do with considering you are coming from a continent where you have over a billion of children, a million of children, around 190 million children, having issues to access safe water, hygiene, and the likes. And they are suffering from certain diseases resulting from these illegal mining activities, and is causing much depletion on the health budgets of most African countries, including Ghana, my own country. That means that even if you are outside the country and you are doing well economically, you can't invest back in your country because it's going to affect economics, it's going to affect the health status of everyone. And even if you are going to the country, you are also scared of exposing yourself to certain health conditions like the respiratory disorders, which maybe we'll go data and look into the data by the Ghana Health Service. So in general, I think it's a concern that we all have to come together collaboratively to address.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dufoku, for your comments. And I also have Kenneth Duncan, who is the diaspora. Kenneth, I know you may not be mainly in Ghana, but your concerns matter. What is also the way you feel about all these concerns shared by the speakers who are here in-house? Can you hear me? So we have two more speakers. Yes, you can go ahead.
Here we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
All right. Greetings. It's early here in Chicago. I think this is a very timely subject because it's critical for higher education institutions to really start advancing and pushing various engineers and scientists to really start modeling wastewater treatment, reclamation of when you flush the toilet, when you shower, when you wash the dishes. Here in Chicago, we have the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, and I would advise or ask participants there to look up the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District. There's nothing like it. We literally take wastewater and recycle it. We manage it. It is a very advanced system and treatment of stormwater and flood management. Africa really is on the cutting edge of making sure that its students or the next generation of scientists and engineers come up with a system that caters to clean water and reclaiming all of the water that you flush in the toilet. We use that as fertilizer. We use it for baseball fields. It's a major market that we must take advantage of. And so when you get a chance, I started to do a presentation. I said, no, let me let them look at the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, where I served as commissioner for a number of years of Greater Chicago. And so it's the largest and the most advanced water management agency in the world. And so it's a benchmark that most countries try to emulate and learn from. And so water security and sanitation cannot wait, not for the next decade, not for the next administration, not even for the next season. It is critical that you follow these models around the world and that you spend the time to invest in your students, your current engineers, your current scientists for water security and treatment and sanitation. And reclaim everything you flush. We reclaim, we clean it, we drop the deposits, and we utilize every ounce of water. And so the model is there, and it's ready for anyone around the world to really emulate. And so I would encourage the students to, again, look at Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago. It's a world wonder, probably one of the 8th wonders of the world, mainly because we have Lake Michigan and the other 5 Great Lakes. But it is something that folk from China, from India, try to emulate as a model for all of the people around the world. It is critical that we have that water security and that we protect it. It's nonpartisan. There's no political apparatus that really can claim it, and no politician or president argues against it. But universities, students, and communities must play a critical role in shaping the next generation of engineers, scientists, and innovators. And I thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the advanced heads up you gave us about one wonderful system you have there in Chicago and how that helps you save water. Let me come back to you, Dr. Eugene Ochre, about what was said by Kenneth Duncan. So Ken was saying that in the States, every ounce of water is saved. Waste is not the topic. We try to reclaim water and then reuse it. Let's use Ghana as an example. In the Ghanaian setting, we have several barriers and several factors that we are battling as threats to our water flow and sanitation. Can you help us with these underlying issues that are biggest threats to our water and sanitation management that we've been fighting with for so many years and yet have not made any headway on?
Thank you. Yeah, there are some few things we can think of when it comes to water and sanitation issues. Let's say the urbanization.
Yeah.
I mean, we are growing. They have been there over centuries. They've been there. I mean, they have all the structures.
Yeah.
We are now building, and then when somebody built all these high-rising, buildings, sewage are being blocked. Things have been happening underground, and a lot of things are happening, right? And then another thing that we have in Ghana, actually in Africa, is non-revenue water. I wanted us to go into it. Maybe
non-revenue water.
Non-revenue water.
Tell us about it.
You see, a lot of waters are not being built in Ghana. Like, are not being built in Ghana. Actually,
you mean billing the water?
Billing the water.
Interesting.
A lot of water go waste.
Okay.
Lot of water. I mean, a lot. The point is that Ghana Water is actually investing into water, trying treatment, blah blah blah. But then after all these things, they don't get the money for it. Okay. Why? Because of leakages. Why? Because others are using and they are not paying. So a lot of things are happening there. This is a huge loss. I mean, I will leave the rest for them to talk about. But then this one is a huge loss that we need to think about. Look, we don't have the infrastructure. We are able to treat about a few tons of water. We are trying to distribute, and there's a huge leakage. They don't know how to look at it. They don't know how to treat it. People will say, "Look, I've paid for the water. If it's leakage, and you understand?" Yeah. So the point is that the little that we are treating, the little that we have, we can't even trace. We are losing it through leakages and other means. Right. So we have a lot. Climate change and the other things happening. But then this non-revenue water loss is something that I want us to talk about. It's something that I want it to be in the picture. The point is that we need to spend money on this thing to make sure that we don't lose water. Already it's not clean. But then the little we've treated needs to be saved.
Interesting matter, is it? I think we should all appreciate the point and clap for that idea. Please put your hands up for that. We are not paying for the water we are using. Is that so? And that is an issue. So our water system is so poor because we are not paying for what we use, and therefore we are not growing. Dr. Isaaku, first you have the liberty to comment on what has been said and also answer this question. So if we want to assure sustainability in water availability, like he said, that maybe starting to bill our water, Ghanaians will now be conscious that if I waste water even an ounce, I'm paying for it, therefore I'll be very cautious on how I use my water. Do you agree with this assertion, or you have a different paradigm to this?
Thank you very much. When it comes to water security, sustainability, there have been several philosophies and dynamics depending on the regional demography and the integrations.
Okay.
Now, when it's come to water and sanitation, one thing that is very difficult to integrate is variation in data.
Variation in data?
Yeah.
Good.
Now, you realize that when it comes to water and sanitation, it's one of the areas that has a lot of data variations.
Okay.
even among the research institutions. Now, when data integration, management, integrity is not right, that's where we made the decisions from.
Yeah.
It affects the whole chain.
Yes.
Now, regarding what Professor or Dr. Duncan mentioned on the sanitation systems, yes, Ghana, as back as in the 50s and the 60s, some areas in Accra, like Dansuma, Ridge, Ministries, Osu, there was a central sewer system that all the wastewater is collected to a plant called Mudo wastewater treatment plant.
Where was that?
It's in Jamestown.
Jamestown.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll not go so much into it.
Okay.
But as far back as that time, Ghana was able to start. Where are we now?
Yeah.
I'll come back.
All right.
Now, those of us who have cesspit tanks in our homes, and we use the washrooms, as Dr. Duncan mentioned, when we bath and those things, is collected. Now, when we call the tank drivers to come and pull, when the receptacles are full, do we know where they take it? Do we know where they take it? I'll come back. And
Do you know where they take it? He will be back. He'll be back.
Get to all. Now, another, when it comes to water security, you don't reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
Look at what someone has done. Modify it, adapt it to suit.
Sure.
Okay. Now, we were in Singapore last year for 2 months to study their water security, sanitation, everything water. Whether it is waste, everything that has water. Now, they had a serious problem with their geography, their demography. Now, they realized in next 3 or 4 decades, from some 40 years ago, the whole country will not be there. So they realized it was an existential issue, and it is water.
Yeah.
They had some rivers that were extremely polluted, more than Kole in Accra. They had a series of drainage systems. They had big problems with wastewater. Now they have to bring somebody, help them plan it, okay? The investment needs, they put all together, understood their problem, and then they developed a 20 years plan that integrated every single drop of water. Now, every rain is harvested. As Dr. Duncan mentioned, that every ounce of water can be traced.
Yes.
It's the same in Singapore. You don't do the wastewater and leave the drinking water. You don't do the water source and leave the underground. You need to understand your problem first.
Yes.
Then you put all and then plan, invest, execute, monitor. Then you rechange the strategy depending on the impact from the climate and other things. Now, coming back to Ghana to integrate all, now all the surface waters are going.
Yeah.
That is one.
Yeah.
Now, the remaining ones that are there, that's underground, that we also tap, the other activities is also affecting the underground. Okay. Now, the little one that we use and it becomes wasted. When we go and suck it from our septic tanks, we go back and put it back into the water. So we have to come together.
Yeah.
Go and learn what people have done, like Singapore. I cannot give the solution because we have to understand the problem.
Yes.
I cannot say, do this, do that. No. We have to first understand what the problem is. Then we can bring an integrated solution so that everybody will participate in the execution. Thank you.
If you enjoy what's happening, put your hands together, please. You know, at a point in time, I felt captivated. I was like, come on. Water is life. If we don't take care, we will lose it. Adam, I know you're involved in this conversation and you have that more of a positive outlook to this issue, but he mentioned that it calls for a wider stakeholder involvement for solution. What do you think has to be done right from now so we can point the arrow towards what Dr. Isahaku is saying?
Well, I think, just like any other problem that you face as a country, you first have to identify the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, as he said, you have to know what the problem really is. You have to investigate the problem.
Yes.
Once you investigate the problem, and then you can attempt to develop a policy to address the problem. I think that definitely in Ghana, there's been a lot of conferences, there's been a lot of research. And so I think that, yes, I think we know the problem. There are so many Ghanaian agencies, government agencies, parastatals and all of that, who I think have a fair understanding of what our problems are. The issue that we have noticed is that, and I think all of us would agree, is that we have an implementation problem or an implementation challenge.
Yes.
It is often said that we have the nicest policies and laws on paper, but putting them into action becomes a problem. And there are a number of factors why this is so, ranging from funding challenges to sometimes, the excessive bureaucracy in government and all of that. But the solution remains implementation of what we have identified to be a solution to the crisis. If we do not, start to implement aggressively what we think would solve the problem, then, we'll continue having these conversations year in and year out. So I think the problem really is implementation.
Yeah. And you, Adam, you lead a continent-wide students' body, and you may not be an implementer. You are in the value chain as an advocate or a catalyst in the wheel. What movement or what are you planning to set out today to get students to start doing, to push the plugs, to help us see implementation as not just a trivial activity, but a very mean sport, because water is life and it's not anything to joke about? What do you think we should be doing by now?
When I was studying public policy for my undergraduate degree, in policy making, one of the things that we learned is called agenda setting. And agenda setting is where stakeholders, people who are concerned, or people who would be affected by any policy, would come together to really set the agenda. So I think in answering your question, what we need to do as young people is to set the agenda. Unfortunately for us, we don't have a lot of the mass of our young people who, appreciate these matters. It's just a few of, I see a couple of my colleagues here, and I'm sure most of them are researchers, are studying, and that is why they are here. But unfortunately for us, what the situation we have is that we do not have a very engaged youth populace.
Engaged?
Yes, I would say a very engaged youth populace that, sometimes these issues are too technical, But yeah, in answering your question, what we have to do as youth organizations is to set the agenda. And at ASU, we do have, from time to time, we have advocacy campaigns, we have webinars, these are educational webinars to educate our colleagues on the problems that we face. We do have, as part of our priorities, climate action and environmental sustainability. It is one of our 7 strategic priority areas. And so under that theme, we do have some of these webinars and advocacy campaigns from time to time. But I take your challenge. We must do more as young people, because the future of the planet belongs to us.
Absolutely. It's a big challenge. It came from Dr. Isahaku and also Prof. Eugene, that we need to start pushing some plugs. So students have a key role to play. Make the noise, and it will happen. Let me go to you, Dr. Fuku. You in a different setting, and your experience, your lived experience on how water is being used and processed and kept matters to our ordeal here in Ghana. What would you tell us as how the system in China works well to the order of sanitation quality and also water management quality?
Oh, that's a good question. I think to comment on this, let me just clarify. I'm a resident of California, though, but I joined China recently for a short program. But one thing I observed with my exposure to China, exposure to Japan, and California. Even California, we have drought issues in California anyway. But I think it has to start with all about data. Okay, these three countries don't joke with their data. I mean, California is a state, but they don't joke with their data. They make sure their policies in terms of safe water, safe sanitation are driven by data. And there's a particular project that they usually have within the community level. So at the end, when they are implementing policies, regulating water, regulating sanitation, it's not owned by the government. It's not like top-down approach. It's always bottom-up policy approach. So every intervention that they are doing, when they even leave or the funding gets exhausted and then they leave, the partners leave, the community at the end owns the projects and they continue. They are able to mobilize funding and continue. So in Ghana, when we take a critical look at the root cause analysis of our issues, for me, I always say major of it has to do with behavior. We have so many brilliant evidence-based interventions like the WASH that was implemented in Ethiopia, which has worked successfully. I mean, the community that they piloted in. But when the partners or the donor partners leave the project, what happens next? Most of these proposals don't come with sustainability financial plan. It doesn't come with sustainability systems. We just leave it there. And Ghana, one thing that African countries, especially Ghana, are good at is that we can build something new, but the maintenance always becomes an issue. So I think it should start from the home. It should start from the scratch, like Japan and Chinese people do. They incorporate sanitation, they incorporate safe water right from the elementary school. They teach them as they grow. And the parents also have a role to play because it has to do with primary socialization, secondary socialization, and then tertiary. When we see something, do we see something? America, one of the motto that they use, they say, when you see something, see something. We go out, we see our friends, we see our girlfriends, we see our boyfriends, our husbands and wives engage in illegal mining. Some of us here at the auditorium right now, at this conference, most of us know people, friends, classmates who are engaging in galamsey. How many of us actually sat down with them that, hey, what you are doing, these are the detriments. What you are doing is declining the health expenditure, is declining the health budgets that we have for our health insurance because it's contributing to high health expenditure per the Ghana Health Service records. When you take a look at the galamsey related conditions, it's exceeding over 800,000 per 100,000 population. And that's the amount of money we spend per 100,000. So imagine that we keep quiet about some of these issues and allow it to go on. What will happen to our health expenditure? What will happen to our health insurance? It's going to get crippled. And at the end, it is we the same Ghanaians who are being taxed to generate revenue to address some of these issues. So apart from this aspect of positive behavior that I've observed from China, US, California, Japan, where the people have good attitude in terms of positive behavior when it comes to their country. They are very loyal and committed to their country. So when they see anything going wrong, they are going to report or they confront you. Number two has to do with the bottom-up approach intervention, whereby the government should engage. And for me alone, the systemic change or resolutions that we're going to have should cut across the academia as well. So, for instance, in China, they do most of these academic stuff, but there are funding availables, scholarship availables that tailor the priorities to the national interests. Unlike African countries, whereby the donors that come to our country to support some of these interventions, they come with their priority areas. They will tell you that these are our priority areas of interest. That is what you are supposed to use the money for. But we as a country, we also know, based on research, the actual situations on ground. So for me alone, I think with some of these local funds like GMPC funds, scholarship, like the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat, local scholarships, and even the foreign ones, we should prioritize sanitation, prioritize safe water, award scholarship or prioritize students or applicants who are going to conduct their research areas within these disciplines and sponsor them. And tie them to a project. We can institute community translational research projects across the districts. Should be district-based. So before you even get scholarship award, it should pass through the district. They have to evaluate, assess your research proposal that you're going to use to apply for the school. So that they will tell you, once you're in school, all the research you are doing will be in collaboration with the community leaders.
Yes.
And especially our religious leaders. You don't joke with them, because religious leaders like the pastors, the mosques, the Islamic leaders, all of them are very important, because whatever they say, majority of the population in Africa listen to them.
Yes.
So they can be engaged at that level. So as part of that community translational research committee that we are going to form at the district base, all these people should be there. Bring those, good ideas. The students will engage, do further research, literature review. What are the things that interventions or resolutions that have helped address, improve safe water, improve sanitation in other countries of similar context?
Yeah.
I always advocate for similar context, because the context of Nigeria is almost the same as the context of Ghana. So if you are adopting a policy or intervention and then you are contextualizing it for your project in Ghana, it becomes very easy for you.
Yes.
Unlike we always adopting the foreign-based context when we don't consider these contextual factors. Because if you implement a policy in the US, the way an American will understand, based on their high level of literacy,
yes,
is different from the way that our people will understand it here.
Yes.
So these are some of the critical things that we have to incorporate when we are trying to address some of these safe water and then sanitation issues.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Foucault, for your contribution. I think that you made it very comprehensive. Everybody in the house really understands the research pathway you've laid for us. And let me also touch with you, Ken Duncan. We're talking about the same systemic collaboration. So Ken, tell us, within your own setting, how is the water management and sanitation management pathway like? How comprehensive and integrated is the pathway like? Is it the type that will start and then get to the latter and then will freeze? Or it's encircling, it goes and flows as a very healthy system? Tell us.
So, wait, go ahead.
Can you hear me? Hello, Ken, can you hear me? I think we have a glitch with Ken.
Audible.
Yes, you can come on. Yeah, come on, Oni. Okay, so tech team, can we please engage Ken that he can speak? Hello, Ken, can you hear me? All right, so I think we will take a turn over here, and then when we get the alert that Ken is back, we can have his view. Our time is up. I mean, a very, very important discussion we're having here, but we have a limited time. So please, we'll go around and take some final action points. But these are action points. From you, Prof, it is research. It's research focus. To you, Dr. Isahaku, it's about operationalization. To you, Adam, I think it's about agenda setting and a whole lot more. Let's start from you, Prof, about how should the conscious, or how should our conscience be driven right from now towards the issue of water and sanitation? Recently, hantavirus poked its ugly head onto the scene, and everybody is now bringing back their Veronica buckets. It's been a long time I saw the buckets. Churches are bringing back the buckets. So the issue is, we went to sleep, and now the same issue that got us getting buckets and washing hands morning up to evening is coming back again. Sanitation plays a very key role here with hantavirus and other pandemics that will come in the future. What should researchers be looking out for? Using their research and then broking the knowledge to us citizens.
Yeah, you see, in the universities, we've done a lot on some of these things. And then, like we're saying, many of these things are attitudinal. So in order to break it, we need to start from the universities.
Yeah.
from primary schools and co. So the point is that the curriculums and other things that we design, I think some of these things have to be part of it.
Yeah.
I'm becoming a bit scared because it looks like what we teach and the things happening are not in line. You understand?
Yeah.
So we've done a lot of research. I've heard a lot of things here that I think many institutions are in there, into water, sanitation and all that. But then in the universities, what are we learning? It's not happening there. So we'll try and tighten it up and make sure that the things happening, we'll be able to help in teaching them that it is not, if you are doing geography, you should be able to know a lot about water and sanitation. If you're doing management, you should be able to know about sustainability and then water and then sanitation. So these things should be part of what we learn, so that I don't become a professor. I don't know much about sanitation and co. It should be part of us.
Yes.
So it's a national-wide thing. It's not only that some people should be left to do it. It should be something that it should be part of what we teach in the universities. So research, we've done a lot. They are in silos. We don't know much about it. We should be able to make sure that we talk about it so that everybody knows that this is what is happening. But the point is that our behavior, I told you, look, in the universities, when you go to the hostels and co, they are leaving tabs there. They don't close. When you ask them, they'll tell you they pay for bills.
They pay for it.
Once I'm paying, if anything happens, it doesn't. But these are attitudinal. These are behavioral.
Okay.
We need to teach about it. We need to talk about it so that they know. But the point is that there's something I wanted to say about this management of water and then the other things. I think in Ghana, our infrastructure, many of them are old. He was saying that the grants and other things that we gain, I mean, it has a short lifespan.
Yes.
So it means that after the grant, things are not, nobody cares anymore. The pipes are there. Things are there already. We have the infrastructure. But then we don't budget for supervision. We don't budget for service. We don't budget for... So I just want us to think about that. That after implementation, we should budget for monitoring. We should budget for servicing. So that these things, we have few, but they should work.
Interesting.
You understand? So some of these things have to happen. But then with the question you are asking, I think we should try and integrate some of these things into our curriculum, which many of the universities are not doing, except that you are doing BSc, water and sanitation. You learn them.
Or environmental science.
If I'm doing HR, I don't think I'll be learning some of these things, isn't it? So we should find ways and means to add some of these things into our curriculum so that at the end of the day, everybody knows about it.
Okay.
That this is our environment. We should make sure that we make it safe. Thank you
very much. Dr. Isahaku, I mean, we are just taking final wraps from you all. Okay. From the ground, do you think the Ghanaian's mind cannot be changed, or we can do something about it as an operational figure on the ground?
Yes, I think very brief. Remind me to tell the biggest threat for Ghana in Africa.
Yes.
So, so long as we are able to leave our house, and we don't forget that we have to wear clothes and go to programs, it means it can be done.
Okay.
Is there anybody here naked?
No. No.
It can be done.
It can be done. Okay. Please put your hands together for that.
Now, on the operation side, I think he mentioned infrastructure and the human capital.
Yeah.
Now, so you have somebody taking decisions on water, that's HR, and the person doesn't understand water security. What do you think decision will be taken on the people working? Another one. So you have to look at the bridge between the human capital and the practitioners.
Absolutely.
Now, he mentioned infrastructure. You also realize that over the years with sanitation, we have done well in terms of the collection, the basic sanitation facilities.
Yes.
We have done well over the years.
Yes.
What we are missing so far in Ghana and Africa is the treatment and then the disposal.
Okay.
I think it needs to be improved. Ghana have done, when you compare West, East, Central and South Africa combined, Ghana is among the top 5.
I see.
In terms of the treatment and disposal. But we can do better. We are not there yet.
We can do better.
Yes, I will tell you the biggest threat. Thank you very much.
I hear you. Please put your hands together for him again. Edo, you know your action. Right now, you can sound the battle cry and then things will happen. Tell us what we should expect from you.
Okay, I mean, so as I said earlier, I mean, as young people who own the future, we have to be more engaged.
Yes.
When we see problems, we have to advocate for the resolution of those problems. What we also need to do in advocating for the resolution of those problems is, first of all, to educate ourselves.
Yeah.
And because you cannot advocate from a position of ignorance.
Yeah.
And so as young people, we need to read more, we need to research more on our own, we need to be more involved, generally speaking. We need to take these matters very seriously because it's about our future. Whenever we do get a lot of invites for conferences of such nature, in Europe, in Asia, and you go there and then you are marveled at the level of engagement of young people. And it's not just the passion with which they advocate, it is also the knowledge that they spit out when they are advocating. And so I think that we need to do more as young people to educate ourselves while advocating for the resolution of our own challenges. But while doing that advocacy, because the solution will not only come from government. Obviously, our national government and multilateral agencies have a role to play.
Yeah.
But in our own space, what are we doing? If you go to your hostel, are you practicing safe and proper sanitation?
Yeah.
Do you leave the tap on? And I mean, do you bath with 3 or 4 buckets of water? Someone would enter the shower and would enter into the bathroom and would be in the shower for about 30 minutes. I mean, so these are some of the things that we need to, watch ourselves as young people. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Adam. And let's also go online and pick the final words of Ken and Dr. Fuku. Ken, can you hear me now? Hello, Ken, can you hear me? Oh, okay. Then let's talk to Dr. Dufuku.
I think Ken had some technical difficulties.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry about that.
Yeah, but just want to wrap it up to say that the work and consulting work and initiatives that we're doing in Chicago there with Ken is critically important, and we look to further engage you to see how we can factor these things into the model. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ezra, for your stepping in and contribution as well. To you, Dr. Dufuku, can you also give us your last bit?
Hello, Africa.
Yes.
I think we can do it.
Yeah.
Everybody, when you are going home, have it in mind that over 80% of those who don't have basic sanitation access are coming from the 8 nations in Africa, including Ethiopia, DR Congo, Tanzania, Kenya, and the likes, few other too. And the result of these impacts, the exposure to mercury affects us, neurological brain damage, it can cause cognitive impairments, developmental issues among children. We shouldn't forget the respiratory exposure to this silicone. And Ghana Health Service did an autopsy report showing that majority of the miners and those who stay within the mining communities are all exposed to a condition called the silicosis. So we should always have it in mind that when we see others doing the wrong, let's find a nice way to approach them, engage them to do the right thing, because they are exposing us to health threats as a whole, as a population. And I think together, Africa will come out of this situation, and maybe the next year or 2 years, we'll come back here and praising ourselves for achieving the top 5, being part of the top 5 countries, like in terms of safe water, safe climate, and also safe sanitation. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, if you are here and you love the discussion, please put your hands together for the speakers. Thank you so much for your attention and participation. We would want to take a bow Thank you.
Now, let me tell you the biggest threat.
The biggest threat, yeah, the biggest threat.
The professors and the scholars, advocacy, everybody, community leader. Do you know the biggest threat for Ghana
Tell us.
and Africa?
Tell us.
Our inability to take decision.
Oh,
It's the biggest threat. Thank you very much.
on that note, we take a bow, please.